Hi, welcome back to the channel and another video where today we're looking at something that's sometimes referred to as overriding, which is where we imply another time feel, usually with the right hand, over the top of the groove we're playing. This time feel is usually polyrhythmic, but not always. And the examples that we're going to look at today are predominantly going to be in an eighth note triplet rate. And we're going to start with first example, which is going to be based around the 3/2 polyrhythm, which is a polyrhythm that most drummers seem to encounter fairly on in their playing, and often playing a groove something like this. So there we're playing alternating single strokes through eighth note triplets. All of your right hand side, might be your right hand side this way, are playing the what would be the quarter note triplet, and you're pulling out the backbeat on 2 and 4. So those notes playing the quarter note triplet against the quarter note would be polyrhythmic. So for example, if I play the foot part and step the quarter note, we'd have the 3/2. 3 evenly spaced notes over 2 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Where things start to get interesting with this is when we develop a bit of independence with it, so that we can just have one element of the kit, as I say, probably the right hand, playing that rhythm whilst the rest of the kit maintains a groove. So let's now try doing that. So we're going, instead of the bass drum moving with the right hand, we're going to play a steady, just simple kick on 1 and 3, snare on 2 and 4, and put the 3/2 rhythm in this hand. Now we'll fill in some of those missing ghost notes. So the hands are still playing alternating single strokes. So now we'll up the ante with the groove and try something that I refer to it as the rock shuffle, which is basically where you're playing a shuffle rhythm on the bass drum, apart from beats 2 and 4, and you fill in all the missing ghost notes on the snare. So as a basic shuffle feel, it would be this. And so what we're going to try to do now is keep that kick and snare pattern going, which you'll notice is constant eighth note triplets. Whilst maintaining the quarter note triplet in this hand. So next up, I'll try to alternate between 2 bars of the regular shuffle feel, and then switch the over into the 3/2 rhythm. So that kind of idea can sound quite effective if you want to maintain that sort of rolling triplet shuffle feel, but you also want to outline the quarter note triplet. Perhaps there's someone in the band, a soloist playing something that's playing that figure. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. You kind of split the kit down the middle, and that pulls out the quarter note triplet, and this maintains the groove. Next, we're going to encounter the 3/4 polyrhythm. And we're going to do that simply by adding accented and unaccented notes to that quarter note triplet rhythm. And so what that will do is we'll now get an accent every other note, which gives us the 3 over the quarter note pull. So to illustrate that, let's just hear the ride playing quarter note triplets, accenting every other note against the quarter note over here. 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So you notice we haven't changed the rhythm. All we've done is introduce what you could think of as internal dynamics. So every other note gets the accent. And that has a profound effect on the feel of the groove, because now we're not pulling out a quarter note triplet, we're pulling out a half note triplet, or those bell notes land on a half note triplet. 3 evenly spaced notes within a bar of 4/4. So for example, let's try that with just the basic kick and snare, 1 and 3, 2 and 4, like this. And once again, we could introduce the ghost notes, and the hands are still playing alternating single strokes. So now let's try that over the rock shuffle. Once again, the bass drum and snare maintaining all of the 8th note triplets. Your right hand, quarter note triplets, accenting every other note. Something that's interesting with these examples is that we can flip them around so that we hear them from a different perspective. So we now hear the hi-hat pattern as emphasizing the quarter note, and the kick and snare, which were given as emphasizing the quarter note, if you like, now give us a 4/3 rhythm. So just so you can hear, make sense of that. In our original setting, the basic feel would be this: 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. But now I'll count it in, and the hats are going to be accenting the quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we could do that with the rock shuffle variation too. So we could also fill out that right hand pattern so that it feels more like a broken 16th note rhythm. So in other words, like a group of 3 with an accent on the final note. But once again, that's going to move over the quarter note to give us the 3/4. And we could also do that in a halftime shuffle setting, so with, say, the Purdy shuffle. And we get quite an interesting groove if we apply that same ride pattern to a triplet feel in 6. So let's say this is our basic feel. Okay, so now we'll play that with the broken ride pattern over the top. It takes if you're hearing this in let's say 6/8 with a 16th note triplet feel, it takes 2 bars for it to resolve. I played this on the end of, I think I played this on the fade out of Hangover on Guthrie Govan's Erotic Cakes album. I play a couple of bars of time to set it up. Okay, so to finish, I just wanted to illustrate this idea that it doesn't necessarily need to be polyrhythmic for it to be an overriding example. Just there, I was playing the rock shuffle, and I was playing the Afro-Cuban 6/8 bell pattern, or a bembe bell pattern over the top, which is just a nice feel to get those two things running simultaneously. So the bell pattern against the quarter note would be 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. And that just works as an effective variation on the ride. Perhaps if you're just rocking out with that shuffle feel and you just want to pull that rhythm out of the ride cymbal, you get that best of both worlds where you're maintaining the groove but you're picking out this other rhythm over the top. And so to finish, I'll just leave you with this challenge that you could try over your shuffle feel. We could think of that bell pattern as being made up of a 5 and a 7. So 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we just played the 5s through the 8th note triplets against the hi-hat, it will take 5 beats for you to play 3 groups of 5. And so to finish, I'm going to attempt to play that over the top of the rock shuffle pattern. But just before I do, hopefully you've liked the video, so please subscribe and I shall see you on the next one very soon. Okay, here we go.